Right now, live at 5, massive layoffs announced. The area's largest hospital system says it's laying off nearly 1,000 of its employees.
Coming up tonight, how restaurants and bars are getting ready for outdoor dining.
And a devastating blow.
I was pretty shocked. I wasn't really quite prepared for it.
After announcing they won't be resuming operations, leaving more than 200 people out of a job, we're hearing from AAR employees. Plus, as we move into Memorial Day weekend, a look at how a Superior Group isn't letting the pandemic stop them from honoring those that lost their lives serving the country.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Essentia Health, where we're learning more about the massive 900 employee layoff. Good evening, I'm Kristen Vaki. Thanks for joining us. Anthony is on assignment. A shocking announcement this afternoon from one of Duluth's biggest employers. Essentia Health has laid off 900 employees for good. Essentia officials say the decision comes as the company is losing tens of millions of dollars each month due to the COVID-19 pandemic changing hospital operations. CBS3's Ryan Campo is live outside Essentia Health for us tonight. And Ryan, this is a massive blow to the workforce. You spoke with hospital leaders today. What did they have to say?
Yeah, Kristen, I'm told this decision was a thoughtful yet very difficult decision to make. Today, Dr. John Pryor, president of Essentia Health's East Market, said he had a lot of different eyes looking at all the possibilities of what could be cut. We're told Essential's financial losses have totaled nearly $100 million since the beginning of March, with more expected on the horizon. Now, due to that, hospital leaders were forced to look at areas where cuts could be made. Dr. Pryor said those most affected by permanent layoffs are non-patient care providing staff, although we have not been able to confirm exactly which departments are affected. He says the cuts will save the company around $50 million a year. Pryor stresses that's still not enough.
We're hoping that, the volumes continue to increase. We're hoping for additional help, from the federal and the state, innovation and an eye towards efficiency and looking at other costs, including supply chain and things like that. I think that a lot of attention needs to be paid to those details.
Today, Dr. Pryor said these layoffs are across the entire Essentia system. We're told 55% of the employees impacted by this workforce reduction are in the Twin Ports area, less than 10% of those in Brainerd, and less than 20% in Essentia's West Market, which includes Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Around 15% are in East Market regional locations. Now, it's also worth mentioning that Essentia is providing non-contract employees 3 months' worth of benefits, which Pryor says will cost the hospital about $500,000 per month.
Now, Ryan, before the pandemic, the hospital had some big plans for an expansion project. Will that still continue?
Yeah, it will. Dr. Pryor mentioned today that the hospital contractually has to use these funds for the expansion project for construction. The funds can legally not be used to support current hospital operations, so the construction project will continue as planned.
All right, and this is something we will definitely continue to follow. Ryan Campo in Duluth for us tonight. Thanks, Ryan. Well, in a statement today, Duluth Mayor Emily Larson says she understands Essentia's decision. Larson thanked the laid-off workers, adding that the city's Career Force Center is working to help them through this. She expects the economic ripple to spread and deepen. We also reached out to St. Luke's to see if they're planning to make recent layoffs and furloughs permanent. Hospital reps originally told us back in March they laid off 7 people, then later said they weren't going to share the number of people impacted. They did not respond to our request for comment today. Unfortunately, tonight we're going from one major job loss to another. We're continuing coverage of the shocking announcement yesterday from AAR in Duluth. The company announced it won't be reopening. The move comes as hundreds of employees have been laid off for weeks, and now they learned they won't be returning to work. CBS 3's Jesse Slater spoke to one of the 260 AAR employees who is now out of a job.
I was pretty shocked. I wasn't really quite prepared for us.
A phone call Wednesday morning left over 200 employees jobless and in disbelief, including Ernest Moberg.
I'm pretty sad about it because I didn't really enjoy that job, and I don't see a job in this line of work in Duluth for quite a while.
The AAR technician and mechanic has worked with the company for 4 years. He says the company works on United airplanes, which have been mostly grounded since late March.
They searched out other companies to bring in their airplanes. Nobody's really flying right now, so there's nobody really can work on their planes.
For Moberg, the permanent layoff means a major unwanted change is coming.
Probably have to move, to be honest, and I'll probably have to leave aviation for a time period.
He believes the airline industry as a whole will make significant changes to health and safety guidelines, leaving less work for employees in this field.
I worked really hard for this position that I work in, and I really liked it, and I really don't want to leave aviation, but I'm kind of being forced to right now.
Despite having no job and no plan for the future right now, Moberg is trying to keep his head up.
I just hope that sooner than later all of this will straighten out and things will get back to normal, hopefully.
AAR has similar maintenance facilities in Illinois, Florida, and Arizona. No word on if any of those facilities plan to close. AAR sent us a statement this afternoon. They say the decision to shut down was difficult, but their primary customer wasn't able to commit to any new maintenance work at the Duluth facility for the foreseeable future. The Duluth facility will shut down on July 24th. Of the 269 employees permanently laid off, 238 of them were already furloughed. All employees will receive a severance package and will receive medical coverage through July 31st. Let's take a quick look at the latest COVID cases for our tri-state area. In Minnesota, there are more than 18,000 cases with 800 deaths and more than 12,000 recoveries. In Wisconsin, there are more than 13,000 cases with nearly 500 deaths. And in Michigan, there are more than 53,000 cases with more than 5,000 deaths. Worldwide, there are more than 5 million cases, 300,000 deaths, and nearly 2 million recoveries. Let's head on over to Dave for a quick look at the weather. Dave, another warm one out there today.
Yeah, warm, and that fire danger was up yet again, and I hear there have been some brush fires kicking up here and there. Our brave wildland firefighters taking care of the problem for us, but what nature needs to do is deliver some rain, because here's a look at the moderate to high fire danger that still lingers for most of our counties, according to the Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan DNRs. Rain is still slated to come around for the weekend. So we take a look to the west. There's a convoluted, occluded low-pressure system coming our way by hook or by crook. 30 to even 70% rain chances begin tomorrow night and last through the morning hours come Memorial Day. Our forecast here for Friday shows clouds will build in as the day goes on. By the time you head back home, if you're getting back to work now, well, some rain and some thunderstorms are possible. We don't think they're going to be the severe variety, and if they deliver rain, I'll show you a chart in a few minutes on how much is possible. Tomorrow's high temp is 70. Similar temperature trend to today could stick around through the weekend, and we'll show you the 7-day forecast in a few more minutes.
Hey, thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, graduation ceremonies will still happen for Ashland seniors. Plus, a group of young volunteers are stepping up in Virginia. City by City is next. And looking ahead to tonight at 6, how Lutheran and Catholic churches are defying orders from Governor Walz to restrict service attendance and why they say the governor's orders are unconstitutional.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's magical moments. Just plain starstruck. Shop our Memorial Day sale and save 23% or 60-month financing only at Schneiderman's Furniture.
Here at the Colorado Group, the health and well-being of our customers and employees is our top priority. Kohler has been privileged to serve this community for over 50 years. Our sales, service, and parts departments are open to serve you by appointment in order to provide a safe and healthy dealership visit. If you cannot make it to us, we will gladly come to you with a non-contact shopping or service experience. Please visit KolarAuto.com to set up your appointment today at any one of our family-owned dealerships.
For the news that impacts you most, turn to live local CBS3.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
Hey gang, I am Keegan-Michael Key, and I am the host of a new show called Game On.
Get your game face on.
Every week, these two world champions, Rob Gronkowski and Venus Williams, will compete in trivia, obstacle courses, and death-defying challenges unlike anything they've ever faced before.
Did you say death-defying?
I'm afraid so. Elite athletes, epic challenges. Game On premieres Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Mariah Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the DW crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on social media and discoverwisconsin.com for behind-the-scenes content and great Wisconsin giveaways, including a chance to win a free vacation. This week's featured prize package could take you to the Hayward Lakes area. Just visit discoverwisconsin.com for details.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's outrageous moments. More room for the king of the castle. Shop Memorial Day savings on Tempur-Pedic. Queen mattresses starting at $25 a month. Only at Schneiderman Sleep.
Here is a live look over Lake Superior on this Friday Eve. Dave Anderson will have your full weather forecast in just a few minutes, but first let's see what's happening in the rest of the region. Graduation is going forward for students in Ashland, plus a group of young volunteers is stepping up in Virginia. That and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. While many schools across the country have chosen to skip the traditional in-person graduations due to COVID-19, that is not the case for Ashland High School, which will go forward with their graduation ceremony on June 7th. The school will implement social distancing. There has been no word on whether or not students will be wearing masks. Plus, a decline in sales tax revenue could lead to a hiring freeze for Carleton County. That was the discussion at the county board meeting last week. On average, county income from sales taxes have been down 10% the past 2 months. Around that same time, the city paid $1.5 million in payroll. This comes as several board members say they have department jobs that need to be filled. Now heading up to the Iron Range to Virginia, where a young volunteer group is stepping up during uncertain times to host a food drive. The 4-H State Ambassador Program puts Minnesota youth in a position to volunteer and help out their community. 4-H ambassadors in Virginia are teaming up with other area nonprofits to collect and distribute food to those who need it most across the range. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, go ahead and send us an email and it could be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, we're learning how area restaurants are adapting to the state guidelines to reopen during COVID-19.
The fire danger remains moderate to high around much of our region, but rain is still slated for tomorrow. Should help solve the problem at least a little bit for a little while. We'll talk about the odds coming up after a break.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Red yeast rice may be just what you need to help with high cholesterol. Hi, this is Sharon. Stop in at the Essence of Health and ask us about red yeast rice.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like all of you, I had trouble sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. That's why over 10 years ago, I invented MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs so you get to sleep faster and you stay there longer. I make all of my pillows right here in the USA, and I have a 60-day money-back guarantee.
Take advantage of my famous offer and get 2 MyPillow premiums for one low price. Call or go to MyPillow.com. Be sure to use the promo code and I'll give you free shipping.
My 95.7 is the Northland's best variety all day. From Ed Sheeran and Maroon 5 to Lady Gaga and Bryan Adams. Always family and office friendly. My 95.7, your life, your music.
For the news that impacts you most, turn to live local CBS3.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
While a lot is changing in our world, at Mediacom, our focus remains the same, making sure you have the fastest, most reliable connection possible. During this critical time, we know your needs are changing. You may be working or learning from home, relying on telemedicine, or finding new ways to keep everyone entertained. At Mediacom, we're here for you. We're taking appointments, and with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig, we can more than meet your needs. Contact us today to learn more.
Get your new John Deere mower from Duluth Lawn & Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
We are strong and we'll get through this together, but these are stressful times. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, and know that you are not alone. Visit wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
CBS3 weather is brought to you by Kerry Toyota.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
That stretch of road from Fond du Lac down to Sandstone sure is beautiful, and Ascove is no exception along that stretch. Here's a live look at what's happening there right now, and the trees are trying to break into their green suits, and the sky above is blue, so yet another day with beautiful scenery, but the risk of that scenery lighting up, frankly, because of the fire danger being high. Still looking at a good chance for rain to start coming in tomorrow night and sticking around through Monday morning. So hopefully we get what we need. I've got the latest chart that shows us an estimate of what could come, and I'll fire that up in just a little bit. But right now, we're going to take a look at the current conditions at the airport in Duluth. It's 70 degrees. That's awfully nice. It's a partly cloudy sky up above. Easterly, southeasterly winds running 14 miles per hour. Relative humidity 47%. So not as bone dry as a couple of days ago, but still not quite enough to let us go outside with impunity. Again, hopefully the rain over the weekend will ease that trouble. And now we move into our current temperatures, with just like the past few days have been approaching 80 degrees inland, 81 from International Falls down 53 to Orr. Big Fork's in there as well. Upper 70s towards Hibbing. Gets a little bit cooler by the lake, of course. 52 on Park Point and 59 for Grand Marais. 70 for Ashland. 80 towards Watersmeet and Ironwood. Upper 70s Solon Springs to Hayward. Temperatures like this, I'd like to say they're sticking around for tomorrow. I think the thermostat is going to dial down a little bit. 70s inland, yes, but probably not close to 80. And a little bit cooler by the lake, just like the trend has been for the past week or so. Doppler map right now shows clouds trying to creep into our region here as the low-pressure system from the west starts to move towards our region. But a lot of the zones here in the tip of the Arrowhead through Wisconsin and into the Upper Peninsula, still a sunnier sky, of course, because of the lingering high-pressure system that's had us for so long. Well, off to our west, there is a low looming. It's an occluded low-pressure system, meaning its cold front is wrapped around its warm front, pushed all the warmer air up aloft, and that's a good recipe, frankly, for a cloudier sky and a soaking rain, so hopefully that pays off. It's not a fantastic recipe for thunderstorms. I do think we have a thunderstorm chance Friday night through Monday morning, but right now the latest numbers are indicating they won't become severe, so perhaps that's not such a bad deal at all. Bottom line, how much rain could come across? Well, through Monday morning, it's looking like about 1/10 to 1/2 inch for many of our towns, so it's not going to be incredible amounts of rain, but we could use it, whatever little drop comes our way. Tonight, here's what's coming our way in Minnesota for temperatures. Low temps will be mid-40s by the lake and 50 or so inland. Partly cloudy sky one more night, and into Wisconsin, Michigan as well. With low temps there, 48 in Superior to 56 down towards Hayward and Cable. For tomorrow, daytime high temps in Wisconsin could be mid-60s in a sliver right by the lake, otherwise 70 to 73, so a little bit cooler, but not bad. 30% chance for the afternoon and evening thunder for that part of our world. It's a 50% shot in Minnesota with 58 to 60 by the lake and 70 to 73 inland. And the 30 to 50% chance of Friday becomes a 60 to 70% chance for Saturday, Sunday, and should wrap up fairly early come Monday morning. After that, Kristen, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday should go back to the sunny side of life.
That sounds great. Thanks, Dave. Minnesota restaurants and bars are rushing to comply with the state's new order, which allows them to offer outdoor dining starting on June 1st. But there are strict guidelines in place. Under Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's plan, restaurants must enforce social distancing, have no more than 50 customers seated at a time, and parties should be limited to 4. Reservations are required with all employees wearing masks. Tables also have to be 6 feet apart. CBS 3's Emma Quinn spoke with one Duluth restaurant that has been making plans for several weeks now.
Some restaurants like Sarah's Table here have already been making plans for outdoor dining. They plan to use their parking lot and the sidewalk. The manager and owners made the decision to only use outdoor seating before Governor Walz's announcement Wednesday. They'll still use their patio, but move tables to the parking lot in order to maintain social distancing. Manager Carrie Casapitas says they won't accept cash from customers. Casapitas says as of right now, they aren't sure if servers will approach the tables or if they'll continue orders over the phone.
We do want customers to wear masks, obviously not while they're seated so they can eat, but and we'll have our bathrooms open, but that's going to be the only part of the restaurant that'll be open.
Since the pandemic forced them to close indoor dining, they have created a drive-through system, which they'll continue to use. Casapitas says they will secure the table and chairs to the ground or building so none go missing overnight. But not everyone is having as easy of a time. I heard from other businesses who are trying to figure out what steps need to be taken.
Thanks, Emma. As restaurants and bars rush to adapt, the city of Duluth is trying to make the process as quick and seamless as possible. Many of those establishments will have to apply for a temporary use permit in order to use nearby sidewalks or parking lots as dining spaces, even if they're on private property. City councilors recently passed a resolution creating outdoor dining opportunities at spaces that wouldn't usually qualify and waiving permit fees. Duluth's Planning and Economic Development Director Adam Fulton says he hopes restaurants and bars will get creative.
We're open to flexible ideas. We're looking at all kinds of different public spaces and ways businesses can use those. We want people to feel free to reach out to us with creative ideas.
Fulton says he hopes that will allow them to approve permits in a couple business days. Owners are asked to reach out to the city if they have any questions or if they need help with the permitting process. We have their contact information on our website. The Duluth Local Restaurant Association met today to discuss their thoughts on yesterday's announcement from Governor Walz. Restaurant Association President Tony Bronson did not want to comment on the meeting. He did say they will be asking for support from city, state, and federal government leaders. It's unclear what kind of support they will be asking for. Still to come, ceremonies may be canceled this year, but some Memorial Day traditions will still go on thanks to the work of some local volunteers.
Our health professionals are working tirelessly to keep us safe. Our showrooms are now open, and for your convenience, you can now shop online, in-store, or by personal appointment. With any $499 purchase, Home will donate $50 to feed our local heroes. And for you, our neighbors, we've made our stores safe, and we're offering our best pricing with up to 15% off sale prices, plus free no-contact delivery during this unprecedented event. Help us feed our local heroes, and we can't wait to see you back at Home Furniture.
At UCare, we've been decomplicating Medicare plans in Minnesota for a long time. In fact, we've been offering Medicare Advantage plans longer than anyone else. Our Medicare Advantage plans are affordable, and 96% of Minnesota providers accept UCare. So if your provider practices at any of these clinics or hospitals, you can likely keep them. To learn the basics and see how UCare Medicare Advantage plans compare to others, visit ucare.org/TV.
Classic Rock KQ is once again the Northland's #1 radio station. The KQ Morning Show, the most listened to radio program in the Northland. The KQ Train Wreck, the Northland's #1 afternoon show. Thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station, 95 KQDS.
I don't believe there's another meteorologist in this area who has the experience and years that Dave has.
He's an Ely guy, he's local, he's been here.
His experience, that's something that's really special to CBS3.
He's just like this bastion of knowledge. He remembers everything.
Get to know Dave Anderson weekday nights on Live Local CBS3.
I am most excited about getting to really know the viewers in the Northland and getting to show my personality too and letting the Northland kind of get to know me. I'm a very energetic person. I'm always at 100 and I'm always excited to be able to tell stories and being able to have a little bit of fun with it too. And I think that's really, really important on a morning show as well because you need that energy in the morning to wake you up.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
On behalf of the over 400,000 accredited businesses that support our services across North America, BBB salutes those individuals who cannot shelter in place. Many remain on the front lines, delivering essential services, often at great risk and sacrifice, to enrich or save lives in this time of desperate need. Thank you. Eventually, the all clear will sound, and we will begin returning to normal. Hopefully, we will never forget how much we missed our normal while it was away.
I'm Dr. Ann Steven with Essentia Health.
And I'm Dr. Nick Van Dielen with St. Luke's.
We all want to do our part to keep our community safe.
And there is something very important that you can do to help.
Join Essentia Health and St. Luke's as we partner to collect 10,000 homemade masks.
These masks will be used by healthcare workers, patients, and visitors to help prevent the spread of COVID-19.
This is the land of 10,000 masks.
And know that we are very grateful for your gift.
We're learning more about the fire at an Eveleth apartment complex that left around 20 people without a home last night. Officials say the fire caused more than $200,000 worth of damage, most of it on the second and third floor of the complex. Fire department officials say a grease fire is to blame. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The state fire marshal's office is investigating. The pandemic isn't stopping a Superior group from honoring those who gave their lives for our country. At Superior's Greenwood Cemetery today, volunteers planted flags at the foot of each veteran's gravestone. It's something they do every year ahead of Memorial Day. Aiden Palney volunteered for the first time today with his grandmother. He says it was nice to get outside to honor veterans, help his community, and learn some history.
Just walking around, seeing all the names and sticking the flags in the ground above the graves and all the different wars. It was cool seeing like World War I and II and the Korean War and stuff.
Even though there were a lot of people out volunteering today, everyone was keeping their space and practicing social distancing. Volunteers will be out at several other cemeteries tomorrow. And just in time for Memorial Day weekend, the Chequamegon-Nicolet National Forest is opening for camping. Forest Service officials say dispersed camping is allowed, but all campgrounds will still be closed. They're also lifting the campfire ban in most areas. Picnic areas and beaches are still closed. Staff also won't maintain facilities like bathrooms and trash cans. They are planning to install boat docks, and all trailheads and trails are now open. Visitors are asked to stay safe and pack out everything they bring with them.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, more than 300 children nationwide diagnosed with a mysterious inflammatory illness linked to COVID-19. The question, are young adults also at risk? Plus, a new development in the college admission scandal. Actress Lori Loughlin and her husband are prepared to plead guilty, but will they serve any jail time? And a retro pastime has a Hollywood comeback story. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
For the news that impacts you most, turn to live local CBS 3.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's magical moments. Just plain starstruck. Shop our Memorial Day sale and save 23% or 60-month financing only at Schneiderman's Furniture.
We are strong and we'll get through this together, but these are stressful times. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, and know that you are not alone. Visit wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
What Catholic and Lutheran churches of Minnesota demand from Governor Walz.
Warm temperatures today may persist into tomorrow, and that may provide enough lift for thunderstorms.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3. Always on the go, but want to keep up with the day's news? Don't worry. Now we are wherever you are. Traveling? No problem. Stream wherever, whenever with live local CBS3.
While a lot is changing in our world, at Mediacom, our focus remains the same, making sure you have the fastest, most reliable connection possible. During this critical time, we know your needs are changing. You may be working or learning from home. relying on telemedicine, or finding new ways to keep everyone entertained. At MediaCom, we're here for you. We're taking appointments, and with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig, we can more than meet your needs. Contact us today to learn more.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's outrageous moments. More room for the king of the castle. Shop Memorial Day savings on Tempur-Pedic. Queen mattresses starting at $25 a month, only at Schneiderman Sleep.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Here is a live look from beautiful Bayfield, Wisconsin this evening. Let's take a quick look back at today's top stories and a look ahead at what's coming up tonight at 6. A shocking announcement this afternoon from one of Duluth's biggest employers. Essentia Health has laid off 900 employees for good. Essential officials say the decision comes as the company is losing tens of millions of dollars each month due to the COVID-19 pandemic, changing hospital operations. And tonight at 6, defying state orders, Catholic and Lutheran churches across Minnesota plan to resume holding worship services. They say continuing the restrictions is an unconstitutional violation of their religious freedom. CBS3's Leanne Valdez spoke to the law firm representing the churches today and will be bringing us that story coming up tonight. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is up next. We'll see you right back here at 6.